Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Sticky Situation. We're just doing some repair projects around the house today. This repair project is two-part because I need to fix my fence over here. Kind of an interesting story about why the fence is broken. So if you look over here, I got this fence, so it's built all the way from there, comes all the way down here. And it used to go all the way down underneath that house to the wall of my neighbor's house. But I was over here stacking my bricks and stuff because he had the fence up. So my neighbor built the fence. He built it all the way on my property line, which I was okay with. I want a fence there, I don't mind that. If he wanted to spend the money to build the fence, he could. So he built this fence. Then I was stacking all my, let's see if you can see, all my bricks and stuff back here, and they were kind of leaning. I had my bikes leaning up against the fence, and he kept coming over and yelling at me, "Quit leaning your stuff against my fence!" And I'm like, "It's on my side property line, so you know, fence is on my property, so really I can lean my stuff up against your fence." So he got really mad, and then one day, so he kept telling me to move it. I'm like, "Look, you built it on my side. You're in violation of all of the city codes and everything." Anyway, bless his soul. He came out one morning, and in order to get back at me, because he called the city on me, the city came over and said, "He's right. It's his property. He can lean stuff up against the fence." So what did he do? I came out the next day, and the fence was gone. He had come and kicked it all down, busted it all up, threw it on the ground in a pile right next to it. So I'm going to replace the fence. So I'm going to teach you something, kind of an interesting thing. So he originally put them in, and he put the pillars in cement. So there's a cement pillar in there, but then when he broke them off, it busted the 4x4 post off at the base. And he did that on the couple posts going down the thing. So I'm going to show you a little thing of how I dig those back out, because now there's wood in there, but I still have the cement column. So I've already replaced this when I did this a little bit earlier today, and it was just a matter of me chiseling out that wood. Luckily the wood's been sitting there for almost a year because I haven't replaced it because I've been really lazy doing everything up on my land instead of doing stuff here at my house. So just kind of chisel out the wood, and then I use my shop vac here to suck the dirt out of the hole, the dirt and the wood chips and stuff, until I get all the way down. And then there's already a cement pillar there, exact square foot of my log. It was a little bit bigger, I had to shave it down just a hair, not too much. And I pounded the post back in, and voila, we're good to go. So I'm going to show you how I do it on the next hole. Kind of give you an example of how to replace. This happens a lot with, if you put your fence up and then it rots out over the years, so 5-6 years down the road your fence is rotted out. Well, your cement's still good. So if you can pull those posts out, great. If they break off or whatnot, then you just have to kind of chisel them out. So you can just kind of replace those posts and put your fence back together really good. So I'm going to show you how to do that today, or just kind of my technique of doing it. So stick around, watch, give us a like if you're enjoying it, and if you want to learn more, leave any comments down below. Okay, so this is my next post hole. As you can see, it's been really filled in with dirt and everything, so I just have to kind of scrape the dirt away from the outside edges first. So I can kind of see where my edges are. And then I can start digging it up. One edge real easy right there. I can sense that there's more over here. So at first it's fairly easy. I just kind of dig at it, trying to get those pieces of wood out that are on top. You know, once you get a couple pieces out, you're all right, because it opens it up and then pops out easy. If you're lucky, you can stick a stake in here and then pull the rest of that wood out. This wood actually does feel really loose. So I'm wondering if maybe I can do that without just having to dig it. I should just be able to pull it up.
See how that's kind of bending away from there. But I don't know that this wood's going to be strong enough to support anything that I try to bolt into it and pull out. Well, we'll just keep digging at it and see kind of how it goes. So I'm going to try something a little different with that. I'm going to go get an eye bolt and put it in there and then see if I can get it in there deep enough, and hopefully it'll stay in the wood, and then see if I can leverage that out. So let me go get that and see what happens. This wood feels pretty rotted out, so this might not work. Probably just strip the wood out around it. This is pretty soft wood. I mean, I'm able to do it all by finger strength, so I mean, I'm strong, but probably not that strong to go into regular hardwood. Oh, just like I thought. Just strip the whole wood out. Guess we'll just keep on chiseling. It's worth a try, right? I mean, the worst that could happen is it works. The best that can happen is it works. I guess if not, we just keep digging. So I'm using this flat edge tool. It's actually just a piece of metal I have from a stand. So it's good because it's got the edges on it with the squared thing, so I can get into the corners. You need something that's square on it and hollow, so it kind of chisels out and digs out. At the same time, if you're just using like a straight pry bar or something like that, it's not gonna work as well. This kind of goes in, chops the wood, plus gives you leverage to separate and pull it out too as well. So that's why I would always recommend something that's square. And then of course I have the smaller one, and then I've got, because it's deeper, now I've got this longer one. So I can really get in there, and then I can hammer on the top too, which makes it go down. So any good piece of square tubing or metal is fine. Alright, so we got all cleaned out. I don't know if you can see down into that hole very good or not, but anyway, so we got it down to the cement on the bottom. So now I just have to get the post and check it. Usually the post is going to be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to have to shave a little bit off the edges so it'll slide down in there alright. So let's get that ready. So as you can see, it's a little bit time consuming. Didn't take me tons of time, but you know, a half hour or so. There's other ways you can do it. You can take a drill and drill that out 100 times. Same kind of thing. You drill it out and then suck it out with the shop vac, or you can burn it out. So just keep pouring gas down in there until it's gone. But this way is probably the fastest, though it's more strenuous. You have to work at it more. But it's still easier than pulling up the whole cement thing and re-digging the hole, leveling your post, and pouring cement on it. Still goes faster than that, because at least these are still level from when we leveled them the first time. So, all right, so let me get that post. We'll check to see how close it is to fitting, and then shave it down if we have to. So as you can see, it's close, but taking a lot of pounding to get it down in there, so we're going to shave it down a bit. Okay, so I've measured how far up it's going to go. I'm just going to use my electric planer here to shave off, you know, maybe a 1/4 inch on each side or so. We don't want to take off tons, because then it'll be loose in there. So just enough that it touches the edges, but not too much so that it takes a lot of pressure to knock it down in there.
All right, so there it is. Got our next post in, it's all finished. Now I can put the boards in there and make the fence normal. I think there's still one more on the far side that I have to dig out to close in the fence on that side of their house, but you know, that's just kind of how it's done. Works pretty well, takes a little bit of time, but it's easier than digging a hole and pouring more cement, digging out the old cement. So like I said, there's lots of different ways to do it. Drill it out, burn it out, or dig it out. Mine, it's easy to dig out because it was older and rotten wood. It had been sitting out for about 1.5 years, so the water just been sitting down that hole, just kind of rotting that wood away. So easy to dig out. Some of the other ones, they'll break off if they're new. It's not as easy to do that, so you have to burn them out or chisel them out or, you know, break them up with the drill bit. So mine fairly easy because of that reason. I was able to smash that wood and move it around good. So, you know, just one option for you if you ever need to dig out broken posts in your fence. So. Alright, as you can see, got the fence put back up. Got the other post dug out. Got it mostly finalized. I did add a few things with it. So I came in and I put this corner on it in here so that I could have a little gate. So I built this gate which opens and closes. Mostly because I needed to hide all my bricks back down in here. So I added on the hinges for the gate over there. And then I've got this back part finished. I did get this final post in right in here and got up there. It was a little bit harder because it stuck up on that roof a little bit. I mean, I don't know how that happened. It was there when I looked at it. Anyway, yeah, so I got that post in, got the rest of this all put together, and got my little gate on there because, so it may look slightly weird because right now I've got it, what comes in, I've got a half gate here that just kind of goes across half of the backyard, which is okay because I will hopefully, cross my fingers, be able to dig out this part because I want to do a downstairs basement entrance into the downstairs so I can have an outside entrance for if I do rent out the basement, then I can have a place for people to come in. So this would actually come to the edge of it and it will close this off, so then this will be kind of the front yard entranceway and everything else. So that way I can still get to the backyard a little bit because I'll have a little bit of a way, but I can close off the whole backyard and keep the dog contained. So anyway, got it all done. I've got to debate whether I want to paint the fence back to the red color that it was originally, which I never really liked, or paint it white, or maybe do something else different with it. I don't mind this yellow. It's kind of nice, but it looks really weird with the red paint on the first part of it. Either way, so yeah, I had to build this back part actually in here. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier in the video, because my neighbor had called the city on me for having all these bricks and stuff back there, and the city came back, and as you saw in the first part of the video, there's that pile of bricks, and I had them covered with the black plastic, and then a pallet leaning up against them kind of hold the black plastic in place. Well, anyway, the city came by and they were saying I was in violation because my house was ugly and I couldn't have piles of stuff out in the back, and it was making it an eyesore for the neighborhood, which I didn't quite understand because it was a contained pile. Anyway, so I also built that little bit of fence because now they can't look into my backyard and complain about it being ugly. I admit I got a lot of work in the backyard to do. That's all right. But seriously, trying to find me and give me a Class C misdemeanor for not having my bricks cleaned up? I mean, hopefully I'll get the rest of the bricks put up on the side of the house too. I got so many projects, I don't know what to do. But at least I got this project done. So anyway, it was fun. Like I said, digging out post holes. It's better than ripping out the whole cement thing and putting it all in again and doing fence. So anyway, good fences make good neighbors. Or at least keep your neighbors you don't like on the other side. I don't mind my neighbors, they're alright. But you do what you gotta do sometimes. So anyway, stick with it, you got this. Stick around, we got more videos, more things we got planned in the future. It's gonna be a fun summer, and I'm really excited to get more stuff done. Anyway, catch you on the next one. Have a good one.